Yeah, Silent Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9 hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep, go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laughs in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good? What's good, people? How we doing? How we doing? Y'all know what it is. It's Taco Tuesday. So if you know it's Taco Tuesday, that means the most terrific, dangerous podcast click is in the building. Wildcard Mar, the bad guy, Randy Weber, right there. What's happening with you, my man? How you doing, man?
You see the name? Do you see the name?
Oh man,
I'm sure you can tell how I'm doing.
No, and look, and ooh, that's going to be an interesting conversation when we get to that. So as you can see, the title for tonight, obviously, we're definitely going to talk some NFL talk because it's draft week, baby. We won't get so deep into the actual mock because we're not doing all mocks, but we will talk about things that are leading up to the draft, things that might possibly happen in the draft. We won't go too far deep into it because I think everybody's just like, can Thursday get here? Hurry up and get here so we can stop talking about the draft and get it over with. Obviously, NBA playoffs is cracking right now. We'll talk some NBA talk. We got our first ever unanimous defensive player of the year. And so, but he now is concussed. So we'll see how that plays into the rest of the playoffs. We'll see how... we'll talk about that. But I want to talk right here because obviously me and Randy are both wrestling fans. All right. And, for those who have been following my content, you already know. What's good, Bobby G? What's good? What's good? Why it look like Randy got a perm?
You check your lens, bro.
Hey, yo. He said, why does it look like he got a perm?
Not a rose all there. All the rose there.
I can't. But no, look, me and Randy are both wrestling fans. And for those who are not wrestling fans and don't like wrestling talk, you're more than welcome to, foul this conversation out and come back within like the next 10 or 15 minutes and we'll talk about another topic. So I don't know what to tell you. All right. But obviously I had a great time at WrestleMania. If you've seen, see my timeline and all that stuff and what I've been posting over the whole weekend. I had a great time in Vegas. It is expensive as hell. Lord, it's expensive as hell. But, man, I'm going to get Randy's take on WrestleMania. Obviously, what he thought about the most important things to talk, the good matches, the bad matches, whatever he felt were, how they were presented and whatnot. But I want to talk about this real quick. I want to bring this up because, homeboy, he's, a very well-known in this I guess, media game, Rob Parker. Okay. Very uh, well known. All right. So I just wanted to bring this up and have this conversation. All right. Because I heard this and
I'm
I
just
just got to
shocked to
rebut.
see ESPN, and I know McAfee was involved, and I get it. He's one of their persons. Stephen A was there so that they could boo Stephen A, and all that. And that goes with the territory. It just tells you're a big guy when they're booing you at an event like that. But it was a big ordeal. And I just saw stuff online where social media, people were ripping it, that it wasn't good. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of commercials and then 4 hours, and they only wrestled for an hour and a half out of those 4 hours. So there were a lot of people disgruntled. But my point is this. I can't understand how people are still into grown men are still into wrestling. I can't. We all went to the zoo. We all went to the circus as kids, right? And at some point, Kelvin, you grow out of it. I just cannot get over how older guys who are sports fans, who watch the NFL, who watch Major League Baseball, who watch the NBA, they live and die for that stuff, but they have this soft spot for wrestling, and they're walking around with the belts, and they're going to a watch party at a sports bar, whatever it may be. I need somebody to explain it to me because I don't understand it.
No worries, Rob. No worries, Rob. Because I'm gonna definitely let you cook on this too, Randy. But I just want to show you something, Rob Parker, and I'm definitely going to clip a good majority of this, and I'm definitely going to tag you in it because if you need some explanation on why this is, all right, I'm just going to show this to you. All right, I was walking around Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play with this championship belt. Yes, it has the Chiefs logo on it. It has the Super Bowl on it. The same stadium that was at WrestleMania. So I was trolling. But yes, it's crafted by WWE. Yes. Or the people that they get the belts to do. But what I'm saying is that's a partnership, NFL and WWE. So Rob, in your little piece right there, you said sports fans have this soft spot for wrestling. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's all sports and entertainment. It's all the same shit, Rob. I'm kind of curious on how you don't understand that all this is the same shit. You do know that WWE, NFL, NBA, they all pretty much follow the same kind of business model on how to run their product, how to get their TV deals, how to create drama. And yes, they all have a element of sports. Yes, basketball, there's this element of basketball. Football, element of football. There's a mixed bag of sports elements in wrestling. And I get where you're confused at is because, yes, wrestling has an actual result that is determined. Yes. But have you not seen how the NFL and NBA operated? They ain't too far from having determined outcomes too. In my opinion, I think they're all in the same hemisphere of sports as entertainment. There's the sports factor of the NFL in the NBA, just like there is when WWE, except that WD has, that is their backbone, is to have that unpredictability on how do you get the outcome that was already determined. It's because we don't know how the outcome is determined. The entertainment part is we have an idea how the outcome is going to be. How is that company going to produce something that keeps us guessing and entertains us? So when the outcome happens, you're like, wow, that was beautiful. NFL and NBA, you can pretty much determine the outcomes more times than not, can you not? So, but let's not act like there's things that, whether it's rules, regulations, bad officiating, whatever that is, it has anything that can happily actually affect the real quick, people, when you start acting like this, all right, you gotta relax. I know you say you're joking. Relax. All right, don't come in my stream on that bullshit. All right, we don't throw those words out here like that. All right, let's chill. All right, I let people come in my stream and say whatever, but that word chill. All right, I will kindly boot you the fuck out my stream. Point blank, period. So don't say keep it PG. No, you the one that came in my stream tripping. That's the first thing you say is gay. Don't come in my stream on that bullshit. Don't talk about keep it PG. All right, you're damn right you sorry. All right, now that that's been addressed. All right. Yes, kindly. Bye. You done yourself the displeasure. Matter of fact, I'll kind of
and we got show beef going on. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we don't do that shit around here. All right. My thing is like we can't act like there's not the same element of drama that the NFL and NBA creates by themselves. It's all sports and entertainment. So for Rob Parker, if there's something that you are not understanding, I'll be glad to have a conversation with you. I just think that wrestling is just a different form of NFL and NBA with athletic elements and elements of drama. That's all it is.
So I guess my defense or my take of it would be a little different. So I do think that all of them are ways in which to cultivate entertainment and drama. I think that wrestling is closer to an art than it is a sport, and obviously these terms are very open to interpretation.
Yeah,
but it's I think it's closer to things that we would consider an art because it's more of a performance than it is a competition. But I mean, any movie, any TV show are all fake, obviously, right? Like if you watch, I don't know, like adult motherfuckers out here are mad into shit like comics. They're into like Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
They're Disney adults.
Yeah.
Even like regular sports like football, basketball, baseball, right? Like that's kind of shit that like I was like super into as a kid and I just stayed really into it.
Yeah.
And it's weird when we decide when entertainment, like obviously there is entertainment that is like actually for kids, but and I know that WWE does have aspects of it that market towards kids. I personally hate a lot of that stuff. I skip past it.
Yeah, but
like not all wrestling is like that even.
Yeah. Well, today's wrestling is not marketed for kids.
Right, exactly. Like they're like pretty mature. Like the Bloodline storyline was like a very mature, like subtly psychological story. They have things like that too. I ultimately I just think that it's no different than liking any other show. Like liking a show or a movie or whatever. Like I'm aware it's fake. I'm immersing myself in the story. Like that's it. It's just nothing more than that. I think it's weird that we've decided like that particular cut, like this particular thing is like you can't immerse yourself in this kind of storytelling, but you can in Marvel. Like why is that any like it to me it doesn't really make any sense. It's just a show and like that's it. Like yes, I'm aware it's fake. I think some of the stuff that's more childish is cringy and I don't like it either.
Yeah,
but like also like you could watch like you could watch like fucking deathmatch wrestling. Like you could go and watch like a dude get hung up in some barbed wire. Like is that for kids? Like bro, like watch AEW, bro. Like watch people get syringes in their mouth. Like is that for kids? Like
yeah. And I don't know. It's just that I like you said. Why are we kind of trying to put a line and to define what is entertainment or not? I mean, there's grown men that watch Love and Hip Hop. They watch that crap.
Yeah.
I mean, because the show still exists, so it ain't just women watching that bullshit.
Yeah, even if it's a lot of men watching it with their like girlfriends and wives, so
they're watching it.
I'm sure there's some dudes that watching themselves in their rooms by themselves too.
So, it's for me. I just think it's yes. Obviously, I mean, you weed out some of the shit that you know is silly, but most wrestling promotions are advertisement or gearing towards a certain demographic. The only reason why you got those Dan Housens and characters like that, the Ron Truths, the R-Truths, are for the kids. They're trying to entertain them and make them funny. But to a certain extent, they're still kind of some of their comedy is not so always PG all the time. It kind of plays that gray area. So I just think if you don't understand it, I say come to a show, a live show. It ain't necessarily got to be WrestleMania. And also, Rob Parker, you do know that NFL, NBA, all those athletes, they're also big wrestling fans.
Yeah, Travis Kelce, George Kittle was at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Kittle's at every WrestleMania.
Kittle's just like a big kid. Like I love George Kittle. He's just like a big kid having fun. He just has a lot of money and talent.
Halliburton just tore his ACL in the playoffs, and a few weeks later, he was at damn SummerSlam in Indianapolis. Like we can't sit here and act like it's not a popular thing. NBA, NFL, other pop stars or other big names have always been drawn to the big events like a WrestleMania since damn near the beginning of WrestleMania. I mean, so we're talking about now 42 installments of WrestleMania, and guess what? There's been a big name, whether it's a Muhammad Ali, a Cyndi Lauper, Lil Yachty. You can go
our current president.
Donald Trump. I mean, you can go a big name after big name after big name, whether at that point in time that year or some point in life gets involved with WrestleMania. So we can't act like all of a sudden this is brand new that people just been loving wrestling. No, it's unfortunately, Rob, and I hate to do this to you, it's kind of people like you who never understood the wrestling and tried to make fun of people like us that do like wrestling. Because I'm not saying that in that clip you were trying to make fun of people like me, but I've been in that conversation on the other end where you don't know if you're making fun of me or not. So I don't know how you're delivering it. I don't know how to really react.
He's making fun of us like that. When he says like he doesn't get how grown folk do it, like he is making fun,
and that's fine and cool.
It's whatever. Like I don't get it. He probably likes things that like I think are childish. Like whatever.
And see, that was another point of my thing. There's a lot of things, people hobbies that they like. Like who? Because I don't know what you like, Rob. If you like knitting or crocheting, I'm okay, cool. I don't understand it. But if that's what comforts you, if you want to knit and crochet, then knit your little old ass the hell on, man.
Yeah.
And so, but
this swirling rock is so stressful and life is so hard as it is. Like just let people have their escapes.
I don't know why it bothers you that we like something that you don't understand.
Yeah.
Why does that bother you? I'm confused on our enjoyment of wrestling bothers you because you don't understand it. But something must be right because all the people who got influence or that matter been there look like the motherfucker who ain't got no influence and don't care that somebody is there wanting there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just saying, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just had to address that because I get bothered by it. Like if you don't understand, then come come to a show. When's the last time you been to a wrestling show, Rob? How about that? Because I'm pretty sure you probably been because you from Detroit, and I know niggas like Detroit like wrestling. So don't do me like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, before we get off WrestleMania, give me your pluses and negatives of WrestleMania.
It was overall kind of just like okay. I wasn't. The matches were short. It was a lot of commercials. I know like everyone's been talking about that. Yeah. I'll say my big pluses to try to keep it overall positive. Obafemi. I'm thrilled that Obafemi had that match with Lesnar. That was awesome. That man better get a world title by SummerSlam. Like stop waiting. Like shoot this man to the moon.
I mean, Randy, you kind of have to. You literally just let him squash and retire Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean,
huge rub.
like, hello.
The match between Punk and Reigns was also really good.
Yes.
Um,
Okay, real quick, and I
sure.
just gotta say this: I love Roman Reigns, and I love CM Punk, and I love the matches they put on. But here's my thing: when it comes to matches, all right, if we're gonna have the point of match rules, let's follow them. We can't have my man Roman Reigns pick up on 4 steps and smack my man in the face. If it's not a no DQ match, we gotta call it for what it is, bro. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, no, they. I mean, like there was another one, like Becky Lynch pulling the ref to get hit by AJ Lee. That wasn't a DQ either. Like, Gunther threw the chairs at Seth, but like the bell technically hadn't rung yet. Pat McAfee came down in a striped shirt, and they treated him like an actual ref. Like wrestling is objectively kind of stupid, but I'm cool with it. It is what it is.
So look, but now go ahead. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. So I mean, that match was good. The Cody Randy Orton match was the one that I think that was like the most controversial to everybody. I ultimately liked it more than I didn't. First of all, I hated the fact that Pat McAfee was so involved in the story in the first place. Him being Randy Orton's guy sucked, and him making everything about like these like I don't know niche internet like slang and like ticket sale, like the show telling us that the show sucks through Pat McAfee. Was all very weird, and Rhodes and Orton shouldn't have been that, but whatever. Now on the night, I think I like the fact that they basically got rid of McAfee almost immediately, and then they just let them have the match. And I thought that the match was good. Again, McAfee coming out in the striped shirt was stupid, but they RKO'd him immediately. They let McAfee not ruin it. I thought it was a really good match, and they handled McAfee about as well as they could have. What I don't get is that they had the match be a double turn and then undouble turned it with the post match. I thought that was kind of weird. But I thought the match itself was good. It was just like weird booking choices around it.
Fair. I will say this. I've being there live is different, obviously. So I have seen some of the playback of night 2. I haven't played back night 1 yet. I'm with you. Obviously, Oba. That was, man. You gotta shoot that man to the moon. Obviously for me the most shocking moment was of course Brock retiring. I was out of nowhere. Obviously I love Trick Williams getting the US title. Those matches were going by quick because I think day 2 was like maybe 3 hours. Maybe night 1 was like 4. So we were out of here relatively quick on both nights. I probably spent more time actually in the traffic than anything. Yeah. Rough. Other than that, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I need to go back and play back and actually before I get my full take on the matches because I was very intoxicated. If you look at my
yes, you were.
If you look at my shit I was posting, I was, hey man, I got it in, dog. I got enough Modelo in my system that whole last 3 days, bro. Yeah. So I'm a refrain for talking on the matches that I didn't play back and see. So I've only seen about half of day 2, pretty much. I got up to the ladder match. The ladder match was absolutely phenomenal. And then of course Trick, when that was a guarantee, I was just gonna make sure at least your match was solid from what when I played it back. I still could have done without Lil Yachty, but I understand.
Oh, I love that he was really. I really liked the Lil Yachty inclusion.
The inclusion of him being there as his friend, messing with the match is cool. I guess I'm just nitpicking because it's like I need him to shut up on the mic when we're doing the entrance. Like,
okay.
I need you to shut the hell up, Yachty. Like, what? Nah, your ad libs was not adding. It was really cringy. Especially when because I noticed that you tried to put a little bass in your voice at Mania, but on the other days on SmackDown, you was a little kind of mousy. You was like kind of squeaky. I saw that. I respect it though. He said, "I ain't no bitch. It's Mania." Yeah, I'm just nitpicking, but no.
You know who Lil Yachty sounds like that I just thought about now? Do you know?
Don't do that.
SpongeBob with the Tiny Tim songs. Do you know who that is? Lil Yachty legit has that dude's voice, and I just kind of made that mental connection as you were talking. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just listen to it on your own time for everybody.
What I'm saying is, there's a special place in hell for you, sir. There's a special place in hell for you. All right, let's speaking of other NFL fans or people that are involved in NFL, let's just talk some NFL because it is draft week, man. And before draft week happened, some shakeup in the draft have already happened. Last week, fireworks over the weekend, man, involving your team. Dexter Lawrence wanted some money. He couldn't get it from Joe Shane, and been asking for a trade. Finally gets it. Goes to Cincinnati. Dexter Lawrence goes to Cincinnati. Number 10 overall pick goes to New York Giants. It does leave a need at defensive tackle, but you know more about your Giants in the construction, or and definitely the inside and out more than I would. Give us your thoughts and opinions on this trade, and if you feel your team won it or not.
Oh, my team lost, and I hate it, and I hate life, and the world is a bad place, and like life is nothing but suffering.
Yes,
would you like me to elaborate? So, all right. So, for people who are saying that we won the trade, we got the 10th overall pick. We freed up a bunch of cap money.
Mm-hmm.
Dexter Lawrence is coming off of his weakest year. It wasn't a bad year, but it was a slow year.
What do you mean? It was a half a sack. He played all 17 games.
But he was okay. So I'm gonna get into that. So
and Randy, I know.
Let me go off. Let me get into this. So we traded the best defensive tackle in the NFL.
Oh.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And and I have proof of that. In 2020, so you said that he got half a sack this past year. Okay. In 2024, the year prior, and I get it, you have the other best defensive tackle in the NFL on your team. So I understand. I understand the whoa. This man, for those who don't understand football very well, the hardest position on the defensive line to generate pressure from is the nose tackle's position.
Yes.
He led the NFL through most of the season before he got hurt in sacks. Not among defensive tackles, among players, among edge players too. That is how good Dexter Lawrence is. That is Aaron Donald shit, okay? Dexter Lawrence did that shit while eating the most double teams of any football player in the NFL only 1 year prior. Then this past year, he was playing through an injury. Everyone aside from Brian Burns was underplaying because of Shane Bowen's bad schemes. So Paulson Adebo underperformed. Javon Holland underperformed. Abdul Carter didn't start showing flashes until after Shane Bowen was already gone. So there were coordination problems, and Dexter Lawrence was playing through an injury. And he was doing all of that for the Giants, despite already having apparently issues with the organization. Joe Shane is the worst graded GM in the entire NFL. And everybody knows why.
Yeah.
There are so many problems with retaining good players because of Joe Shane.
Pretty terrible.
So yes, we got the 10th overall pick, and yes, we freed up cap money. However, if you're not going to pay the best player at his position in the NFL when you have him, and your backups when he leaves to start are Darius Alexander and Roy Robertson Harris, if you're not going to pay that guy, then what's the point of trying to be a good football team? If it's just about saving money, then just fire all your good players and just hire backups, right? Like, and then just lose every year. You're supposed to try to be good. And I get wanting to spread money around amongst players, but Dexter Lawrence was one of one. You can't replace him. This is also a uniquely bad draft. It's a draft where the best players are of non-premium positions. Do you think that you're going to replace Dexter Lawrence in this draft with Peter Woods, with Christian Miller, with Caden McDonald, with Caleb Banks? Like, these are all good players. Well, he's not. Like, he's just not. I'm sorry to say, Bobby. He just isn't. But so you're not going to replace him in this draft. All of those guys are like borderline second rounders. Dexter Lawrence is one of one. You can't replace him. And all he wanted, if you had paid him the $28 million, not even what Chris Jones is getting paid. Chris Jones is getting paid $31 million a year. If the Bengals just gave Dexter an extension for $28 million and he was satisfied. Now, maybe it's because money wasn't the only issue. Maybe seeing all of his friends get underpaid and treated like shit by Joe Shane was more the issue, because apparently that was a big thing. Leonard Williams leaving, Julian Love leaving, Saquon leaving, Xavier McKinney leaving, and seeing them all have success elsewhere. I'm sure that I'm pretty, like, the rumors are that was a big thing for him, like seeing all of his friends get treated like shit, underpaid, and then leaving. The fact, I'm sure the Bengals also got a discount because they're not doing all of that shit. But the Bengals are also a notoriously cheap franchise, and they recognize the value of Dexter Lawrence. So, yeah, we got the 10th overall pick. Maybe we'll get a strong safety or a linebacker with it. You're like, yes, they'll be cheaper, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's better. We were also a team that we're not a rebuilding team. Like, I know that we were bad last year, but a lot of that was because of injuries. We have our quarterback on a rookie deal for the next 3 to 4 years. So it's not like we're paying a ton of money towards a quarterback. Jackson Dart looks really good. We're getting Cam Scadaboo back. We're getting Malik Neighbors back. We already have our tackle duo. We have our edge duo. One of them is on a rookie deal. Like, Scadaboo's on a rookie deal. Trace is on a rookie deal. Neighbors is on a rookie deal. Like, we had the money for him. And the idea that this was the time to fire our best player and trade him away for the 10th overall pick in a bad draft, it's insane. We could have easily won this division, and this might hinder us from doing that. I didn't even see. I don't care. No, Dexter Lawrence is the best. Shut up. Bro, again, he led the league in sacks. I don't want to hear it. No, so it's terrible management, and the arrogance that Joe Shane always has in these contracts with players. Like, he's always looking to get the leverage on players, and we end up still being bad. We have a terrible track record of retaining talent. At least this time we got something. A lot of these times we've just let them walk. Saquon just walked. Xavier McKinney just walked. It's bad.
So what I'm hearing is you don't have a giant problem. You have a Joe Shane problem.
Oh, yes.
That's all I'm hearing. So my thing is this is at some point your fan base has to continue to get and raise hell to your ownership and understand that this guy's a buffoon.
I want protests. I want the same kind of protests that happened for the Mavericks when Luka got traded.
I mean, you gotta start showing y'all ass, man.
Yeah.
There's
there's just cope going on now. And like, look, like the Giants are apparently interested in signing DJ Reader. I like that signing, but it's not Dexter Lawrence. You're not replacing Dexter Lawrence with DJ Reader. He's a good player. It's not the same.
Look, all I'm saying is go ahead and make sure that start they need to start listening to the fan base, which is also another thing I need to ask you about your Giants. What's taking them so long to just go ahead and sign OBJ?
I don't know.
Just do it.
Yeah, he's not going to be expensive. He wants to be there.
He wants to be there.
He probably will outperform his contract
easily, especially if he can able to stay on the field.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, we certainly need wide receiver depth.
I mean, what are we waiting on? I think this is a no-brainer.
I think so too.
And that's not even the team I root for. I just think this makes total sense that OBJ is in that blue uniform on a Sunday because that's what's known in him. I think, and not saying that he is still that same guy that he was the first go around, but all I'm saying is if this is getting to the end of his career, then let him be in that jersey.
Yeah,
and it's okay to pull at the nostalgic string sometimes in sports. It's okay, right? Yeah.
It's a low investment. It's a low risk,
high reward.
You're adding him on, yeah, exactly. Low risk, high reward. So yeah, I
mean, he's not too far removed from being like damn near, if he didn't get hurt in the Super Bowl, probably be in the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, he's still been really good in flashes. The talent is still clearly there.
A couple of years ago in Baltimore, I don't think that he was utilized properly. And then it kind of makes sense when you see how they kind of really didn't underutilize B-Hop. So DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm kind of like, so I'm not gonna knock that Baltimore year against him. He had a couple of drives, but I wouldn't say that. I mean, for me as a wide receiver, I don't know if I really want to go to Baltimore as a place. That's just me.
Yeah, they've kind of always run as like a one receiver, and then everyone else is like depth. Like they seem to focus more on their tight ends than anything.
Yeah,
I don't know with Harbaugh not there if that's going to change, but
yeah. But I possibly with Jesse Mentor that might change. But I was just never big on if I was a wide receiver. Like Baltimore is a desirable place, and it had nothing to do with Lamar because I think he would have been fine as a quarterback. It was more offensive structure, whether it was Monken or Greg Roman.
Plus the team runs the ball so much because they have Lamar and now Derrick Henry. So
yeah. So it's kind of more going to be a run heavy first offense anyway. So yeah, you're absolutely right. But so my take on that trade, here's why I say the Giants won. If you didn't have Joe Shane as a GM, I thought any comparable or competent GM would have made that trade because if he doesn't want to be here, he's 28 and he wants more money. I don't know if I can give him 31, 32, 33 when you're closer to 30 than you are closer to 25. If he was like 25, I think there's a no-brainer. You sign him. Boom.
We apparently could have locked him down for 28. Like that makes it worse.
Yeah, that's a Joe Sheen problem.
Yes.
You can add that to now. Obviously, you would know more than me, but some of the things that I've seen him do, add that to another list of just bonehead moves that has literally set this franchise back because it's literally letting elite talent go. It's not like this is just like talent or, middle of the park talent or, practice squad or rotation type player talent. No, these are like elite, like starters, like people you would want to be on the starting lineup in a Super Bowl type team. Mm-hmm. Like so, that's him. I can't understand it, and he's at least you got compensation, man. You let Saquon walk out for nothing. So
Yeah, no, I know, and it's Joe Shane. The thing is, like, if you look at the roster that he inherited, and like David Gettleman was a mess in his own right.
oh, he was trash too. Yeah.
Yes, he was, but this was actually it was a pretty talented top to bottom roster. If you look at the people that he had between him, his drafts, and like what he and Joe Shane inherited was not a horrible roster. It had the Daniel Jones issue that he kind of walked into, but there was talent on the team. And then just like over time, get out of here. Get out of here. Can we ban him too? Can we ban him with the gay guy? Where's the ban button?
Hey, bro.
Bro, y'all have James Harden in the playoffs. Like you ain't doing that.
Oh, yeah.
But
Can't
anyway,
no.
yeah. I just lost my train. Okay, yeah. No, the team was talented, and then just like over time, he's just like chipped away at the talent that the roster had, and now we're at a period where we're getting more talent again. He did have a couple of good drafts back to back. Hopefully, he has another one. Although Harbaugh's probably going to be in the driver's seat for it. Shane's going to be, relegated to being his water boy. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I understand not wanting to overpay a guy that, at his age, but also we could have locked him if Joe Shane hadn't done everything leading up to this, especially the fact that apparently they got into an argument and Joe Shane called him like a fat boy or something. Like, that's just unacceptable. With your best player, you just don't act like that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, and that's the arrogance that's led to the way that he handles his deals, even the smaller ones.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's super wild.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I'm not looking forward to Darius Alexander and Roy Robertson Harris being my starting D tackles. I'm just not.
And I understand. Trust me, that's a huge gap of talent, and I understand that. Well, obviously, you gotta wait till see what happens in the draft. But having 5 and 10, look, like you said in that message, all camera that me and you had, can't F this up. You absolutely can't, because you could have already placed this guy probably, or at least you had your reasons to get rid of this guy years ago. So
yeah. If it were up to me, because another issue is also like the
where's the final straw?
Looks like they might be taking. It looks like they might be looking to take Styles and Downs. I don't think that's good money management either, because they're going to be highly paid for those positions. If you take Carnell Tate and then you take O-line at pick 10, whichever of the top 3 O-linemen is there, or even I'd love if you could trade down to get just ahead of the Ravens and take Vega, because we need a guard desperately right now. Our guard room is Runyon and Kubas.
All right, so give me your best case scenario of what you do with 5 and 10.
Okay, best case scenario: take Carnell Tate at 5, trade down no lower than 13. Take Vega Ioane. I don't think Maui Noah or Fano are going to go that far. So trade down, take Vega. He's the best guard in the draft. Might be the best O-lineman in the draft. And that best case scenario is that get a second and a third for trading down, because we don't have a third now. Yeah, best case scenario is that. Which is apparently very unpopular, and I don't get why, because people really don't like Carnell Tate right now because he ran a 4.5. Like CeeDee Lamb didn't run a 4.5. Like, people are ridiculous. Again. He had 3 drops over the course of 2 years. Ohio State receivers are always safe. We had the exact same conversation with Egbuka, like, because they have run an egalitarian offense. Just take an Ohio State wide receiver and you'll be fine.
Hey,
We need them anyway. We really need wide receivers anyway.
it hasn't failed.
Yeah. Darius Slayton and Darnell Mooney can't be fighting for wide receiver too.
It hasn't failed. If you need a wide receiver, it looks like them Ohio State boys been just fine. Been just fine.
Yes.
But I will say this though, because I hear you. But here's where if it was like I said, if it was a different GM that was competent, I think you guys win this. It's just he's such a wild card because he has picked some good talent. You know what I'm saying? He has picked some good talent.
Yes.
I don't think that's all him, Bobby. He's in the
No, the thing is he's not a bad wide receiver. He's just disappointing relative to what people expected from him.
He's with the Cardinals, though.
There's also that, right?
I
Like
mean,
his chemistry with Kyler Murray was off.
Hey.
It got better when Kyler Murray was away.
I'm gonna fix it for you. I'm gonna fix it for you, Bobby G. All right. So we're gonna allow the NFL for the Chiefs to give the 40th pick to the Arizona Cardinals for Marvin Harrison Jr. That's our second round pick. And then we'll have him come over here and we'll show you that he's still a good wide receiver. Can we do that? Does that work?
That would be an insane steal if you managed to do that. I would do it too. I'd be super willing to do that. I've been banging the table for us to give a second for Brian Thomas Jr. Because he came off an off year. Now people think he's a bust.
I was having this conversation, I think, with my homie Chris, who I do the Airhead Chief podcast with. I can't remember if it was him or somebody else. I think with the NFL, I think it's more important sometimes when you land than it does in other sports. So, for example, NBA, there's 5 guys on the court at all time. Is there not? If you're like very talented, you're able to drag a team to height that probably had no business going just by you alone being a fucking monster.
LeBron in 07.
NFL, I'm relying on 52 other guys to make sure we're headed in the same direction, bro.
Yeah. And so positions are so dependent on each other. Like you could have a Patrick Mahomes, but if the O-line's not in order, then he'll perform like
sure. We've seen it.
Yes.
It's cost the team 2 Super Bowls now.
Yes.
He has no good O-line play. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're talking about a 5-time champion now if he has adequate O-line play on 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, you're right. It's extremely important to hit. And that's another reason why I feel so safe being like, just take the Ohio State wide receiver. You know he's good. There are no clear red flags. The one thing that people don't like about him is like, well, he ran a 4.5, but like lots of the best wide receivers in the NFL did.
And this is why I'm trying to sell you, Randy, on why you won the trade.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Hear me out. This John Harbaugh does have championship caliber cachet. He does have it. Now, did it run stale at the end? Of course it did. But he's done something that most couldn't do. He went toe-to-toe with the Cheaterette dynasty. And more times than not, didn't flinch and sometimes won those battles. And he's won a Super Bowl. The guy has done some things that probably wouldn't have been capable of a special teams coordinator. But the guy did run stale in Baltimore. All I'm saying is that pedigree is there. That is something that needs to get back to what you guys need. Is it going to be Tom Coughlin-esque? I don't know. But you need something that resembles something close to Tom Coughlin-esque. Because that's when the Giants were at their peak. Is Tom Coughlin image.
But I'm not, until I start seeing results, I'm not willing to be dogmatic about it. I'm skeptically optimistic. I have been very, very, very positive of some of his decisions. I've been less so on others. But in this case, like that's why like he might decide, you know what, I don't care about like positional value. I want the player that I want. And if he does that, I'm going to criticize the decision. Like, I get that Carnell Tate ran a 4.5. Lots of the best receivers did. I get that he didn't have elite production. He was playing with Jeremiah Smith in an egalitarian offense. It's the safest pick, and we just need picks that aren't going to be busts or take away from the rest of the team.
I hear you.
And
you admitted that Harbaugh is going to take over draft decisions over Shane, and he's going to make him run the board.
I'm sure he will.
So have faith in that guy that has championship caliber pedigree is going to make sure that the picks are used wisely.
Cautious optimism. Cautious optimism, because I don't think every single one of his picks when he was super involved in drafting in Baltimore was a hit either. His track record is
I hear that
decent there.
And Joe Shane hasn't made all terrible picks, and that's
not at all. He had 2 really good draft classes.
So that's for sure, and that's for sure. So I'm not going to poo-poo on Shane 100%.
I will.
And that's fair. But what I'm saying is, he has put some talent around on that defensive side. So did he hit on all of them? Probably not, but he has some elite talent. But I will say this, and speaking of that, this is why I think the Bengals lost in this trade. Because you even said it a few minutes ago in your soliloquy, that franchise is terrible at running a franchise.
Yeah.
Terrible, right? How does Trey Hendrickson in his production, you refuse to pay him? Refused. All right? Wouldn't do it. Ship him all. He's no longer there. Boom. All right, cool. And then you trade away the 10th overall pick and get Dexter Lawrence. No problem getting with Dexter Lawrence, but here's my thing. I just think that he's going from a franchise just kind of where you guys are at right now, kind of a little, trying to find your footing in the NFL, to a team that I think is trying to find their footing in the NFL. Because I don't think the Bengals are nowhere close to even that team that had that little quick flash in the pan in 2021. I think they trash. They're all offense and superstars on the offense at the wide receivers and quarterback, and that's pretty much it. Mediocre at best O-line and trash ass defense, except it was Trey Hendrickson. So I think making the trade for Dexter Lawrence is just swapping out Dexter Lawrence for Trey Hendrickson. It's just a swap because there's nothing else really much on that defense.
No, I mean that's true. The defense is still going to be in trouble. I think the fact that he's going to garner as much double teams as he will help the other members of the defense like it did for us. They do have DJ Turner, who was a really good corner last year in a generally bad secondary, but he individually was good. Probably
good. He's a former Chief. He's solid.
They're gonna have if they're smart, and they aren't always a very defensive heavy draft. I think that with Joe Burrow, they're always in a window. Like they're if they can get the other stuff working, they can get to a Super Bowl. With Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, it's just a matter of getting the pieces around it. You're right. I would say that we are in kind of a similar situation to them in that, although theirs is much more proven, us having the quarterback we have now, just like them having the quarterback they have, does put us in like a place where we can build from it.
We gotta talk. What have they proven? What has the Bengals proven?
Okay, he made it to a Super Bowl, and
that was how many? That was 3 years ago. That was one run,
and we're only removed from 1 year from Joe Burrow leading the league in every stat.
No. Joe Burrow can do whatever, but I'm talking about the Bengals. What have they had one run, and you know what's been consistent about them? Missing the damn playoffs. What are we talking about?
I said that Joe Burrow was proven. The quarterback is proven. I'm not saying the organization is proven.
That's
Joe
fine.
Burrow is a proven
I'm
quarterback.
talking about the Cincinnati Bengals, the little kitty cats with the orange and black, and they got the stripes. Then I'm because everybody talks about the Cincinnati Bengals as if they are relevant to be a threat in the AFC when they had one run.
My point is that once you have the quarterback and you have some pieces around him, you're in a window. They have the quarterback.
What window?
That's the important part. They again, only a few years ago they made a Super Bowl. All they need is just getting to at least a top 15 defense, and they could get to another one. That's the thing they have to build.
The ability to do that, and just because getting Dexter Lawrence does not guarantee that they're going to get to that spot, because they haven't the ability that they ever address the needs that they need to fix. They still haven't even addressed the problem with their O-line when they got damn Hobbit Bobbit in the backfield. He's one hit away from probably losing his damn career, and you still ain't fixed the O-line.
My point is, you can
adequate.
I agree, but you can. Those are all things you can do in one off season. They're not in this. They're not in the same position as, say, the Jets or just other the Browns, right? Where you're so far away from getting anywhere. They are one good draft away from being contenders again. They're not really good drafters, so whether that'll actually happen is its own thing. But they had a horrible draft last year.
So they didn't win this trade. But my thing is don't give up the 10th overall pick, pay Trey Hendrickson, and then use that 10th overall pick to get him some help that you can actually start saying that, hey, we actually might start being smart and help Trey Hendrickson. But now I just got Dexter Lawrence, which is not a problem, but I think Dexter Lawrence at some point in time he got his little extension, but he gonna be like, damn, I thought it was, damn, this wasn't an upward move for me. I just got more money. Does this really do anything for the rest of my career? But it helps with me financially, but I don't think this doesn't get him closer to a Super Bowl.
The question, I think, is
he doesn't have Abdul Carter on the side of him. He doesn't have Brian Burns no more on the side of him.
Okay, but the problem is Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs or Mansour Delane or whoever they would have taken at that spot. Is that player getting them closer to a Super Bowl than Dexter Lawrence is? I think the answer is no.
Sonny Styles.
I think the answer is no. Dexter Lawrence is so much more valuable than even Sonny Styles is as a ceiling.
Hear me out. If they kept Trey Hendrickson and got Sonny Styles behind him, that at least should fire up your fan base and say, oh, they might start giving a damn about building our defense, because what? That combo right there would be with the potential of what Sonny Styles can be and what Trey Hendrickson's production has been as the only defensive piece that was worth the damn on that team for the last few years would have been an absolutely nasty ass combination.
Now, I don't know what the Bengals' current cap situation is. I don't know if they couldn't have just kept Trey and also still made this trade. I don't know if they would have had to do some restructuring. But it's
not a bad idea.
If they had Trey and Dex together, that alone would have made an enormous difference.
Now, I can't knock you on that, because you at least are helping Trey and his production that he allows, as he has only been the only, like I said, the only passer at this the Bengals has had. If that production continues, you add what you do get from Dexter Lawrence when he is actually not given just a half a sack for 17 games.
Playing through an injury,
So, I mean, and he's actually doing Dexter Lawrence stuff. That is a combo. Yeah. And if you give up that 10 pick, and that's, that's cool. Then that makes sense because you are starting to show that you have the pieces. Financially, like you said, I wouldn't know the numbers on that because I'm not a finance guy. All I know is give me more green, and if I'm in the red, I'm fucked up. That's all I know. So,
It's the maths.
yeah. So I just know the basic of what's important. All right. So
Yeah, if you could restructure deals and keep both Trey and Dex, that would be great. Obviously, that's out the window now. But
yeah, it's totally out the window. But hypothetically, if they could have redone it, and because I just don't have faith that they're going to be able to surround Dexter Lawrence with adequate enough help on the front four compared to what he just left. Because having Brian Burns on one side is a lot different from what he's about to have in Cincinnati.
Right. And obviously, as good as T. Higgins is, considering how much money that would free up if they were to find a way to trade him to build more of a defense and then get a lesser but cheaper wide receiver too, that would probably do more for the team than the current.
You might have to think about it because get the cap relief. You can go into this draft, which is pretty deep at wide receiver as well, and get your wide receiver. Even though you don't have the 10th overall pick anymore, it don't matter. You can, if you are in a nice spot in the second, third, maybe even mid fourth, you might even find some solid talent. I don't know.
Yeah, you could definitely in the third round get like a Elijah Surratt or a Skylar Bell and like feel okay about that being your wide receiver too, probably.
Yeah. And again, the cap relief, because that's a lot of money allocated to T and Jamar right there. Like, I get it, but whew, man,
it's a lot to pay two players of the same position. Like that, it just is a lot, and hence the defensive issues.
And that's my main point of why I think they lost this trade, is because eventually they got to address just the basic functions of building a team that they refuse to do, and they haven't just shown the proof that they're willing to do it. And one Super Bowl run is cute, but you can't follow it up with 3 playoff misses. I can't take you serious that you are running an adequate team that's going to be consistent as a threat. A Super Bowl run followed by 3 missed playoffs. At some point,
two of them were because Joe Burrow got hurt, though.
I hear it, but it's
like
O-line.
They were the one time they missed when Joe Burrow was healthy. They were 1 game away from making it, and the only reason they didn't is because the Chiefs sat their starters for the Broncos game. Right, like I just don't think that their window is closed. Like the fact that every healthy season Burrow has, they make the playoffs or like barely miss it. Again, if you just get to like a top 15, not even a top 15, get to a top 20 defense, you could win a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow with that. They just can't be among the worst in the entire NFL anymore.
No, correction. They did make the Super Bowl and then followed it up with the AFC Championship game. My bad. So I don't want you damn Bengals fan. Okay, my bad. Super Bowl run, AFC Championship run. Okay, cool. My bad. I can admit when I fucked up. All right. So they did go to the Super Bowl, AFC Championship the next year, and then followed it up with 3 consecutive playoff misses.
Burrow being hurt for 2 of them. Context does matter.
I hear you, but if they fix the O-line again, Randy, they still haven't shown the proof that they will fix just the little things to adequately build a team.
I get it. No, of course, and I agree. I think that they do need to fix the O-line. I do need to fix the defense. It's just Jake Browning and Joe Flacco weren't gonna get them to a Super Bowl.
No, they weren't. But like again, I know you got the wide receivers, but hell, didn't Joe Mixon even once take less money to stay? I mean,
look,
like they had their window.
I hope you are right that we won this trade. It just does not feel like that at the current moment. We'll see. If Dex ends up looking like shit,
look at it
this coming season, then like great, fantastic.
But there's a high probability because he's not around the same amount of talent of pass rushers that the Bengals got, that the Giants got. That's not the same thing. That is not the same thing, and you know that, Randy. You know what he has on the side of Dexter Lawrence when he was in that giant blue. He ain't got that in Cincinnati. That's why I don't really think that Dexter Lawrence is really going to be as happy as he really think he is. It's going to be a lot of sledding on him. It already was a lot of sledding in New York, taking on the double teams. Okay, take the double teams, and now if you don't get to it, then damn it just don't happen. Because right now, what they got on defensive pass rush, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to afford to double team him more than they were on the.
It'll be too easy.
Yeah,
it'll be too easy. Because then all those other pass rushers losing their 1-on-1s. Because that ain't Brian Burns, that ain't Abdul Carter, and hell, that ain't even nowhere close to Kayvon Thibodeau, even if the Giants keep him or not. That's not what is Cincinnati.
True.
And so Dex is gonna be looking around like, well, shit. If I only got half a sack, well, what that was in New York, and I get it, context too. Damn it, don't be surprised you see another half a sack in Cincinnati in stripes, and then y'all gonna come back and be like, well, damn, you gave up that 10th overall pick, and then I'm like, well, damn, what else you got around him as pass rush? What help does he have on that D line? If they don't address it immediately when they get their chances to get these picks in the draft, it's a done deal. Dex is going to be sitting there literally on Gilligan's Island looking goofy as hell, and I can't blame him for changing the bag, but I don't think this is an upward move for his football career. I just don't. Okay. That is a piss poor franchise. I would give the Giants actually more credit of how they run their franchise under Joe Shane than I would the Bengals. And I don't give a damn about that Super Bowl and AFC Championship run. Don't give a damn. That is a piss poor management, poorly ran. The owners ain't worth a damn. He's cheap. You talking about cheap? That mother is cheap.
I bet he saw how much Dexter Lawrence was worth and was willing to pay him when we weren't. So Joe Shane might be even cheaper than him.
I don't know about that man did. He didn't want to pay some players and paid the wrong. That is.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, he should have been cheaper when it came to Daniel Jones, but that's its own. It's his own. I'm not reliving more pain. Like, that's already enough.
Before we get up out of here, I mean, obviously, we got to talk some NBA players, man. For sure. Hey, do you feel like you need to vent about your Knickerbockers? Are you kind of frustrated about that game 2 loss? Like, I lost, bro.
I'm incredibly frustrated by the fact that they lost that game. We were winning up until like the very last stretch. They somehow closed the gap in such short amount of time. But I'm frustrated with the context that I do not think that it's sustainable. I'm not worried that we're going to lose the series. It's just going to be a thing to be concerned about in round 2. I mean, the Knicks dominated the Hawks in game 1. Like from like bell to bell, it was just straight whoop ass. And then this one, the Hawks barely squeak by in the end because the Knicks choke. I think I'm not worried that it's reflective of what's going to end up being a pattern. So, but
Hey, Randy.
I'm not at all worried. It's the Hawks. I'm much more concerned with what it might look like.
What you mean it's the Hawks?
It's the Hawks, bro. It's the Hawks. Like, come on.
That same attitude is gonna get you. Don't man.
Look how much it took for them to take a game from us after getting dominated in the first game. Like the best player on the team is Jalen Johnson, who's like solid, but like this is not a great team.
Are you really throwing CJ McCollum shade right now?
He's a good player. We have like 3 or 4 players that are better than him.
Oh my God, that sound like a but. Oh, he ain't. He alright. That's a backhanded compliment.
But like, how often does he have performances like he had yesterday? Not often, right? Like, who on the Knicks is he better than? We might have like a better starting five than him. I'm not worried.
I'm not saying like CJ McCollum has always been like a top 15 player, but the man ain't never been no scrub, especially if he's healthy. I just always been my situation, especially early in his career, and a big chunk of his was like he always got hurt at the wrong times and kind of stayed I don't want to say hampered that potential of what him and Dame could have been in Portland, but I will say like if he was healthy, like him and Dame would have been a problem in Portland if we got like healthy CJ McCollum. That's all I'm saying.
Sure, that was a very long time ago, and he has been passed around.
Hey, see that's
so
what I'm
many teams.
saying. Like CJ.
Oh, no, we
bro.
Bro, CJ's been passed around more than more than a. He's been passed around more than a whore with red lights. Like at the
we gotta chill, bro.
How many teams has that man been on since Portland?
Hey, it happens. James Harden's been on hella teams, but he's a bucket.
But James Harden has demanded trades. CJ McCollum has been handed off. He's been passed around by the bros. The bros have shared him.
I'm also put it to you this way. He also has value, so that people still covet his ball skills. Oh, whoa, Paul! His his basketball skills, man. I ain't messing with y'all, man.
Yeah, teams will take him on like low investment, but like if he was that good, teams also wouldn't be giving him around.
I understand that, but
like how fucking like do you see teams just moving Jokic around because of how good he is, or SGA or Wemby? Like no,
never put him on that level, Randy. I never.
When players are really good, teams keep them.
I hear you, but I never put them on that level. So
I know what you're saying. I'm not saying you're calling him an MVP candidate. I'm saying that
never. But I will say that if you're building a team, like you financially, you can't. Not everybody's going to be a superstar. So if you're going to have somebody that you're going to round out the roster with, like I wouldn't mind having a CJ McCollum on my squad. And,
sure, I agree. It's just like the team is so comparatively under-talented to the Knicks. Like the fact that they squeaked one away, it just is not. It's not. Remember last season in the finals when the Pacers had squeaked away the win from OKC, and I was like, not worried, not worried. One of these teams is just so much more talented than the other. I'm not worried.
Yeah,
and it went to 7 games, but look who won. And then immediately after game 1, the OKC put boot to ass on them in game 2. Like they dominated them. And this is just the reverse of what's happening here.
Yeah. And well, for me, and this is why I said earlier that when I think like when it comes to NFL and NBA of how one player can affect the team, CJ's got hot. Yeah. I mean, and he went on a crazy run, pretty much by his damn self, and
right.
And that's why I'm saying sometimes you can affect the game and scoreboard on an individual purpose, even though it's still a team game. In like NBA, that's all it really pretty much.
You could have those hero ball moments.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. And that can and not saying that's sustainable, because we know more times than not it's not.
It's not. No.
Like, hero ball can only have his quick little moments, but you got
right, especially when it comes from CJ McCollum. But
well, hell, I mean, shout out to Do You Even Sports, bro? My boy C. He dropped a piece the other day on 420 to rattle the MJ fans. Um, he reminded them, 63-point performance looks good, especially if it was in a winning performance, but it was in a losing effort. So it's kind of like, that's cool and all, but they lost.
Yeah.
Oh, they also got swept in that series. Oh, damn.
Mhm.
Damn. So, like, for me, like, I get it. Like, hero ball can have its moments and all that shit, but like, it's not always going to equate to winning. And if it don't equate to winning, like, I don't even think we even have this conversation about CJ McCollum or his importance, or it is what it is. Like, he caught hot, caught flame. You say you not worried, but
Not worried. Just remember when I told y'all and Bobby I wasn't worried in the finals, and y'all put so much of a fight on that. I'm not worried. I'm a man of Zen. I am a stoic. I am a monk. I am unfazed.
I mean,
I am steel all around.
I'm just like, man, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I remember that they were up when Halliburton went down, but I don't. I mean, it's 7 games.
It was even before he went down. They were not winning before he went down.
Yeah, but he was already hurt coming into that game 7. So and you can tell because I think just some of his movements were just kind of gradually like deteriorating.
Yeah, no, he was already hurt at some point in Game 6, and the injury got re-aggravated. I'm sorry, wait. No, he got hurt in Game 6. Then he tried to start in Game 7, and then it was too much. But so I understand all of that. I get all of that. But if you look at the actual games, when OKC won, it was domination. When the Pacers won, they barely won. That's how you tell who's actually the better team, and that's what's happening here.
Yeah, but I get what you were saying, that they were winning in before he went down, but that was early in the game. I can't say that if he would have stayed, if that would have equated to them winning that game or not. Just because, it was going just because it was going back and forth if before you went down, but
yeah, and OKC is the better team. Like, they just were. Like, they just obviously were.
No,
their win records spoke for themselves.
No, I look, if you
the point differential spoke for themselves.
No, I hear that. I'm just saying, if anybody wants to make a case that Indiana would have won that game if Halliburton would have stayed and did get hurt, or if there's somebody to say OKC would have won that game regardless, I'm just like, me personally, I was like, I don't know, is because that situation just didn't happen. And
right. No, it's true. We'll never know.
We'll never know. And as much as I would love to say I know the right answer, I just don't, because Halliburton almost he may not have killed it stat wise, but just what he brought to that team. And then you kind of see the air kind of let out of them the moment he went down. And I think that kind of played it into that situation too.
No.
That's an emotional loss at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in sometimes players play out of their minds in spite of your best player getting injured, as inspiration. So that could have happened. So we can't rule that out. And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know.
Right. No, that's also true. That's a good point. Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't know, but like the point that I'm making is, in regards to this series, I am not worried. And also, for your team, I bet that you were worried going into this series.
Well, I was until KD decided not to play game 1, and he's playing game 2. So he's got 27 minutes, 21 points, 6 of 8, so shooting pretty well. That does scare me, because you know me, man. I'm not too keen on the defense of The Lakers.
I know, but the Lakers, despite not having Luca or AR, won game one, and the vibes around the Rockets
Yeah,
were very sus, and now they're winning this game too. The vibes around the Rockets were very sus, but I just thought like the sheer difference in talent without Luca and AR, 15 was gonna be just too much, but so far it hasn't been. I don't know what do you think of that? Like why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe I give sometimes I mean, that's where the positive of LeBron James having him on your team is there. That high IQ, been there, done that in the playoffs, seen it all, done it all. That's a huge advantage. That's a coach on the floor.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And he's despite however which way of the pendulum you feel about LeBron, I think you'd be ignorant in basketball talk not to acknowledge his IQ as just him being a field general on the court. Period. I mean, so with Luka not being around, he's natural in that position. How to do that? He's been doing it for 21 years, right?
I do think also a lot of it is on the Rockets end. I mean, after those,
absolutely, KD not being,
KD not there, obviously, but like also like just those tweets when they came out, like the horrible locker room chemistry that they probably have now, their general underperformance considering how talented the team is going into the playoffs. I didn't think that this was going to be the time that a lot of it blew up, just because missing two of your best players is just a lot to overcome. But the fact I figured round two was when we're going to see this. We're already seeing the implosion.
Okay. You know me, Randy. I don't do conspiracies, but something's not right in Houston.
Yeah.
And again, I don't like to get messy because I don't like conspiracies, but their coach, he lost his job over a messy situation. And I'm not saying this is that, but this man ain't found from being a part of some drama. Something's just not right in that locker room.
No, I mean, this happens in every KD team. Like it's the same thing that happened to the Nets, the same thing that happened to the Suns. KD brings drama with him, and it has actively hurt this team. And it's crazy because like we don't like it's easy to kind of just like break it down to like a talent versus talent matchup, but like the way the team works together matters a lot, and that's what the problem is right now.
Okay, so here's my thing: the roster that they had last year was a 2 seed, right?
Yes.
Okay. I get they made the trade.
Yes.
But they kept a lot of good chunk of that roster that was a 2 seed last year, right?
Yeah, the only players they traded were Dylan Brooks, and who was the other one? The other one that's on the Suns now, was it Van Fleet?
No, Jalen Green.
Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Van Fleet. Yeah, so they traded Green, who was awful in the playoffs, and Dylan Brooks in exchange for Kevin Durant, which is a phenomenal trade on paper.
Yeah, I think there were some picks, and then Fred got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fred, I don't think Fred even played at all this season.
Right. Yeah, so that's on paper. So the fact that they actually technically got worse says a lot, considering how much more talented they should be now than they were last year.
And that is my point. Because look at this comment right here. They aren't a championship level team. And I don't think they're a championship level team on chemistry. Talent-wise, I think talent-wise, especially if majority of that talent was there as they were 2 seed last year, and you add Kevin Durant,
who's still a walking bucket.
Yeah, still a walking 30. My thing is I do got expectations that you should be higher seed than what you are. Well, why should I not think you should be able to have competed with the Denvers, with the OKCs.
Yeah, and granted, the West is also better than it was last year overall.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that is part of it. The Spurs weren't contenders because Wemby got hurt. We don't know if they could have been if he hadn't. But yeah, I mean, they should be better than they have been, and it's totally chemistry issues.
And so, right now, just update people on the score: 71-66. The Lakers are up right now, and they're in the third quarter. About 2 minutes left in that. So I look, and I'm not trying to be doom and gloom on the Rockets. I just think, and maybe it's my fault, because if I'm looking at their roster build, and I get it. Losing Fred was, I think that was the kind of like, damn, the kick to the gut. If you ask me about that whole thing, losing him early and didn't even, but at the same time, that gives you all the opportunity in the world to go make sure you find something. You're not gonna find nothing as adequate as Fred, but like go get a point.
yeah, for sure.
I don't know what you got to do. There is a such thing as a trade deadline. You could have made some moves before that. I'm not saying you get a free agent, because not anybody that's going to give you something close to Fred is going to be walking something close to Fred just walking the streets, because if that was the case, he already be signed.
Right.
So look, I get it. He said wasn't ready for his pause. Yes, super pause. Yeah, we even pausing in the comments.
Yes.
But yeah, look, I guess this is a kind of a favorable matchup for the Lakers right now, because you do got some veteran pieces on the roster with the Lakers. Again, Bron is savvy. You're catching the Rockets on sounds like on a I guess emotional turmoil battle within their locker room, because something's not right and something's not clicking. Because I think Ime is too good of a coach to be being goofy.
Yes.
So I don't know, because I just love what he was doing in Houston. He's made him competitive since he's been there, and I don't know. I think that plays into the expectations too, because I know a lot of people, once they saw that he got fired, they was like, well, once he gets a hold of these young boys in Houston, give him time, he gonna be all right. Well, it didn't take him long. Matter of fact, I think his first 2 years he's been there, he's been to the playoffs, if I'm correct. So there wasn't no waiting period. He hit the ground, and now it's 3 consecutive seasons in Houston in all 3 playoff appearances. So he is doing something right, but I just think just looking at that roster, going from a 2 to a 5 seed, I know Houston Rockets fans are like, oh, you're just bitching and complaining. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm just saying, like, something's not all the way connected. It's not all the way, not quite. No.
It's Kevin Durant. Like, that's just that that's the problem. And like,
no, bro, what did KD do to you, bro? No.
It is.
No.
That was you remember the tweets that came out this year.
What did KD do to you? Because
do you not remember the tweets that came out this year? The secret things that came from his burner account.
Just tell
saying that
you are still mad that he chose the Nets over the Knicks. Just tell the truth.
No, I'm thrilled he did. I'm so glad we didn't end up doing all that. No, he tweeted out that he's mad that Şengün can't shoot or defend. I think he called one of his teammates a retard. Like, and then like this all came out, and yeah, the team hasn't been great since. And then KD sits out. Like, yeah, like no, it's a KD problem. It's the same thing that happened with the Nets and the Suns. Like, he's a diva. He makes teams worse. He's uber talented, and he makes teams worse with his chemistry. If they were smart, they would try to trade him to someone else. I don't know who's dumb enough to take him now. Like after seeing of all this is the team that should have worked because the two teams with the Nets and the Suns were just him and two other old diva overpaid hoopers and no defense.
Man,
And they both didn't work. And now he's on a team that made as smart of a trade as you can for a player like that, getting rid of just Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green off of a horrible playoff performance. You bring him onto a team that should have defense. You have Thompson. You have the tallest team in the NBA on average. This team was just the second seed. Didn't lose any of its most important players. Added Kevin Durant.
yeah.
Should have worked. It didn't work. Why? Because of Kevin Durant. They were a second seed, now they're the fifth seed. Who's the one addition?
One of
This
these
team should have worked because it had the defense. Two other experiments didn't.
That's hey, bro. Hey, what did Kevin Durant do to you, dog?
What other explanation is there?
No, I hear you, man. It's make a strong case. I'm not ready to buy in those stocks yet. That he's the common denominator of a lot of things that failed. I think the Phoenix didn't work is because they had a whole bunch of mid-range assassins and no point guard. And
but that was Kevin Durant forced a lot of those team constructions. Like the Nets, he brought in Kyrie and Harden.
Okay. So let's say that the vaccine wasn't an issue. The mandate was never an issue of trying to make it mandatory in the state of New York to get the vax. Say that doesn't happen. Say that James Harden doesn't tear his quad pretty much. I'm not saying they would have won, but I mean, if they get the opportunity to actually play together, that's a different Brooklyn Nets situation.
But okay, so several issues. One, they also didn't have a defense, just like the Suns, because of the kinds of players they decided to prioritize.
Well, yeah, because they did
bloated elderly contracts with Kevin Durant, who's a fine defender, and Kyrie and Harden, who are negative defenders. And those are by far your three most overpaid players. They also had Nick Claxton, who's a good center. So it's not like they had nobody to play defense, but
yeah,
they were not a well-rounded team. All three of their best players were old. All three of their best players are famously divas. All three of them famously divas.
I hear you, but I got my point guard, I got my shooting guard, and I got my small forward. I ain't got to worry about those three. If everything's in a perfect world, I hear you. It wasn't a perfect world.
Exactly, and it was predictably not a perfect world because all three of them did things they did on previous teams.
I mean, but also, the Nets aren't also a greatly ran franchise neither. So I mean,
no, they're not. But part of that is because they would make moves like this, like acquiring three elderly divas and hoping that it would work. Like three guys who are, especially Harden and Kyrie, who are pretty injury prone on top of it. So the injuries were relatively predictable. Harden forcing himself off the team is something he's done before and since.
Well, and to be fair, from everything that was shared from sources or journalists that I trust, there was some stuff that wasn't really basketball related that was just becoming a mess, and surprisingly James wanted to get away from the drama.
He was a huge part of the drama. He was the one who was starting problems with people. He always does that. He just did that with the Clippers. We just saw him do that.
Hey,
and then also, you knew Kyrie was a hotep. You knew the vaccine was going to be an issue.
Hey, he stood on business though. I ain't mad at him because you stand on your business. But that was look. It just, if the state say you can't, you can't. But I also think about this. So if you can't play in the state of New York, Hey man, they was playing away games. Show up for them.
Your second best player, second or third best player, can't not be there for half of your games.
I hear you.
It's just not.
I hear you.
The entire thing was a mess.
But Randy, show up for something. Like I get you standing on your business, but not every state that the team traveled to didn't have those same restrictions, and you would have been okay without getting the vaccine and playing a basketball game. That's all I'm saying.
My point is, this team was never going to work, and it was Kevin Durant's idea to make the team like the way it was. Like he was the common denominator there. 3 elderly divas is not a good way to run a team.
Hey, look, and I tell you this:
expensive elderly divas.
Hey, if they had a part-time Kyrie, and I'm being honest, I'd rather have a 50% Kyrie than none at all. Because he's going to give me something at least half the time that I can't get from damn near 80% of the league.
But then his contract is also stopping you from getting multiple good players is more valuable than 50% of Kyrie.
Oh no,
this contract is taking that away from you.
I hear that.
A more well-rounded structure, maybe another guy who can play defense. So poor Nick Claxton doesn't have to do it by himself.
No, that's fair. That's a fair rebuttal, and I am with that. But Kyrie's special. Kyrie's special. And you put special with Kevin Durant because he's special. And when James Harden actually puts his mind to it and can stay in solid shape and is focusing on basketball, hey, there's times he's special. So it's like
sure, and you could say that about Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul too. That also didn't work. And it didn't work because you just don't structure a team like that. Kevin Durant forced those teams into those positions, and look at the ruin that he left the Nets in. And the Suns managed to bounce back relatively quickly, but.
Yeah,
they're like an okay team now. They're not the Nets, but like he left them so much worse than he found them.
Yeah, I mean the Suns managed to make out get out the play in.
Yeah, they right, exactly. But like they were a team that had been in the finals like a year or two before acquiring him, and now look at where they are. Like this is their ceiling at the moment.
Hey, I mean, damn, I don't know the Phoenix Suns fans gotta be hurt. Like, damn, we just won that championship against the Bucks. That was our window, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you were
that
right.
Was our opportunity.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
I hear you. Before we get out of here, give me a team that is surprising you in the playoffs. I know it's just only a couple of games, and give me a team that you think is just unfuckwittable right now.
Okay, so I'm going to take that question. I'm going to flip it because I actually have a team that my biggest hot take, which I didn't get to do because we didn't do predictions last week because I wasn't here.
Mm-hmm.
But my prediction was that the Hornets were going to make it into the playoffs instead of the Magic, and they were going to beat the Pistons. And I had lots of reasons for that. The Hornets obviously didn't make it. The Magic is in now. The Magic just beat the Pistons in Game 1.
It did.
And my reasons for my prediction was the Hornets have been one of the best teams in the NBA down the stretch. They have an elite shooting trio that had been like the best or like one of the top 3 shooting teams in the NBA. Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, and Concanipple all have been awesome. Pistons are a team that's been entirely carried shooting-wise by one player, and that player is now playing off of a collapsed lung. So I thought, okay, I think even though the record says the Pistons are better, I think the Hornets are actually going to be the better team, and they're going to end up winning in a competitive series. Hornets didn't make it. Magic made it. But a lot of my concerns about the Pistons apparently are still valid because the Magic were a worse team than the Hornets were, and they won, surprisingly. And not only did they win that game, they just took a game from the Pistons. So I'm not ready to say that I think the Pistons will. I'm not ready to say that I think the Magic will win the series like I was for the Hornets, but this was going to be my big controversial pick that the Pistons were being bounced round one, and even though it's not by the Hornets, it looks like that might happen.
Okay, man. There you got it. Interesting take, man. But I want to prepare you for something, Randy. I want to prepare you for something.
Yeah.
The East gonna be a little bit tougher for your boys than what you thought it was. I'm not saying they're gonna let you down. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. So please don't hit don't get at me, bro. I'm not, all I'm saying is that you better hope that Jalen Brunson does what he do and Cat plays and goes on a crazy run. I'm talking about a career playoff run. He got to be present.
You do, of course.
Those two got to carry it. I'm just being serious. Those two got to carry it. If they don't, I don't know if I trust the consistency of what you guys. And I'm not saying you guys aren't talented because I think you are. When Cat is on, he really can be the best big man in the NBA.
Yeah.
When Brunson is doing what he's doing, he's the best point guard in the NBA.
Yes. No, it's true, of course. Obviously, we have other talented players too. Like OG has saved a lot of games for us. Mitchell Robinson defensively has saved some games for us, of course. But like you need everybody to be on. But I will also say, and I guess we can finish with this, the Knicks should have been the favorites coming out of the East. And the insane disrespect that the Knicks have gotten, that some people expected the Knicks to even be bounced round one by the Hawks, like that was ever going to happen. We just beat last year. No. Last year, we packed up the Pistons in round one. We packed them up in 6 games. And the Pistons are basically the exact same roster that they are now. And the Knicks are the same, except the fact that we now have a deeper bench. And we have Mike Brown instead of Tibbs. We packed up the Celtics. And I don't want to hear nobody bitching at me, like these Boston baked bean ass bitches being like, oh, shooting variants, like as if it wasn't just really good defense that they
hold up.
Shoot over.
Run that back.
Boston baked bean ass bitches. Bitching at me about the shooting variance, like the defense didn't make that shooting variance happen. Bitching at me about Tatum getting hurt, like the Knicks weren't already winning that game and that series, and he didn't get at the very end, and they didn't win as many games with Tatum as they did without Tatum. So miss me with all of that. No, hold up. But these comments can wait because I'm on my soapbox right now. We beat the Celtics when the Celtics were better than they are now. They had a healthy Tatum. They had Porzingis. They had Drew. They have none of that now. Tatum is shooting 40 and 30 splits now. He has clearly been banged up. They don't have Porzingis for those like 15 games or whatever.
Nah.
They don't have Drew. So they're a worse team now than the one that we beat. We are a better team with a deeper bench now than the one that beat them. So we should be the favorites over them. And the Cavaliers have Harden in the playoffs. So we should be the favorites over them too.
Oh, man.
We should be the favorites coming out of the East unless you think Tibbs was that much of a difference maker and Mike Brown is that much of a playoff drop. If you don't think that, the Knicks should be the favorites to come out of the East. We just packed out 2 of the 3 teams that people are saying they think are going to beat us. And that's just crazy to me.
Okay.
Well, the Celtics have a better winning regular season record over the Knicks, like they did last year too, and we still packed them up.
I don't look. Once we get into the playoffs, that regular shit goes out the window, bro. Like,
yeah, look at it last year.
You got to show up. You got to show up in the playoffs because there were times where the Celtics weren't closing games, and that's not the the Knicks' fault that they closed him. You know what I'm saying?
It was our fault by playing great defense.
Yeah.
But wing stopped taking control.
Again, crazy, right? My man Studley, he said, yeah, he does just see. This is what scares me with Detroit.
He has improved for sure.
I'm scared that, you know, is he going to be, you know, good enough to be Cade's Robin? Cade's going to need a consistent Robin. He can't have sporadic Robins.
Yeah,
it's going to get tough for him if he's going to have a once and every now and then Robins. He need consistent Robins. Because if you get inconsistency, that's how you don't even make it to the second round. That's what worries me. Because I think Cade is there. You know, he's capable of playing hero ball. That's fine. But what did we talk about earlier? That's not sustainable. He might
especially with the on and off efficiency as well, like because of the fact he has to play hero ball.
And here's the crazy thing: you're going up against the Magic, who, by all accounts, updated their roster with the same coach, but all of a sudden they're not gelling well with their coach, and they severely underachieved this season, at least from my expectations. From what the trajectory that they were going on leading into the season and what they produced, yeah, to me it was a underachieving season for the Magic to be in a play-in tournament.
Oh, for sure, massive underachievement. And yet they stole game 1 from them.
So, and that scares me because if Cade gets that consistent help, you should be handling a team like Orlando, who, by all accounts, are having their own turmoil in the locker room with their coach. Something's not right there. So they gonna get Tinsley out of there soon. Get him out of there soon. So the players better play one for the 10s if they really like him or not. If not, get ready to get a new coach. But yeah, man, basketball's going on, NBA playoffs. I'm a hockey fan, so I watch hockey. So and then the Stanley Cup playoffs is going on.
Who's your team in hockey?
I don't have a team. I just have a favorite player, Alexander Ovechkin. I love that guy.
Okay.
I love what he does. He's not scared to get dirty and be the leading hit guy on the stat sheet for a night. Obviously, he's the best goal scorer in NHL history, as he has the all-time career goals. So
So your answer, your favorite team is the team he's on?
No, just him.
Okay.
No, I mean, by default, if the Capitals are doing well, I'll root for him. But I just like him. I can't root for a St. Louis team because that's the closest hockey team to me. I just feel icky about rooting for anything St. Louis, so I can't do it.
Fair enough.
So I just went with a player.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't necessarily have a hockey team. Yeah, and then I love if you are lucky enough to catch some good NHL Stanley Cup playoff hockey, man. It's some of the most intense shit, man. Drama because somebody needs to score late, and then they gotta stop them, and it's like you feel the intensity, and then especially if you get a nice little hit, somebody knock somebody the fuck out. Oh my goodness! Oh, yo, y'all do know they let them fight, bro. They let them fight, bro. How do you not love that? Elements of boxing in there too.
That's true.
Sometimes
I love that about it.
Hey man, I don't like you, you don't like me, and they just drop the gloves in the stick and just start wiping at it. Boy, that shit be tight, dog. Like, what other sport does that?
That's true. I want that incorporated in every sport.
That element of that sport, imagine you put that in all the other sports and say, hey man, real talk, I don't like you, you don't like me, let's drop our equipment and let's knuckle up, motherfucker.
I want that incorporated in Olympic gymnastics. I want to see Simone Biles. Just headbutt a bitch. I wanted in synchronized diving.
Hey, y'all don't like the way you splashed on me, homie.
Yeah, it would make every sport better. Like everyone agrees with that.
Hey, real talk. If you add that element to just about every sport, yeah, I think it really does. Because sometimes, like, I think we've all seen it where somebody had called you up, like, hey, yo, hey, turn the TV on to so-and-so. These motherfuckers getting after it.
Bro, when Mitchell Robinson and Dyson Daniels almost got into a fight, that was exciting. Because Dyson Daniels was being a bitch because Mitchell Robinson used him as a carpet, bro. Like, it was just like, sorry, bro. Like, and then they like almost get into a fight. That by itself was exciting. Imagine if they actually did and Mitchell Robinson beat his little ass. Like,
crazy.
I'd pay for that.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, dog, hey, we as a society, we just love this violent shit, bro. We love it. All right. Yeah. Hey, we love it.
It's an outlet for that.
Yeah.
That testosterone competitive drive. Violence is just a logical extension of that.
I mean, I would probably go to more NASCAR races if they literally let some of these. Hey, man, why you bump me and crash me, bro? Let's knuckle up.
Yeah,
like,
bro, just pull over mid race.
Hey, like let them have a quick timeout. Like, hey man, stop the race. We got to pull over real quick and scrap it out real quick because I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like imagine in football, man. You know, somebody says somebody's mama. Hey man, hey, but what you talking about? Hey man, take that helmet off. Let's go. You know, because I still don't understand why football players fight and be punching people in the helmet. Like, that's stupid. Like, you're gonna hurt your hand.
True.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett did it right. He took the guy's helmet and then hit him with the helmet.
With it. Whoa.
Yeah, it's like smart, more efficient. That's why he's the best.
On that note, that sounds like it's time for us to wrap this shit up.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Hey man, always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure, my brother, man. Hey man, what you got going on? Are you doing anything Thursday? Because I know we doing the I.O.W podcast, but if you want to stream the draft, we're streaming the draft. So
yeah, let's do it. Stream the draft.
Yeah, because we do that Thursday night on the I.O.W podcast. So I'll have Randy. I have you get with Bobby. I have Bobby send a link to you, or he can send it to me, and I'll send it to you. We'll get you tapped in because I know you're excited about the draft just as much as we are. So, yep. Other than that, man, if you need audio needs, Panther on Acid on Instagram for my man Randy Weber. Like, I know where to find me. Casey Wildcard on Twitter. Of course, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the I.O.W Sports Network on all social media platforms, especially YouTube. Hit up the channel, hit that like, share, subscribe button, that bell notification. Hey, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Just as long as y'all don't come here on the chat on no bullshit. I had to find out today. I normally don't do that, but if you were joking, as like, don't come in here on that wild shit, saying wild, crazy shit like that, and all of a sudden it's a joke. And then when I address you, try to tell me to chill on my stream. That don't work like that. You can't come to my house, tell me what to do in my house. That just don't work like that. All right. You find out. So, other than that, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We out here. Peace and love. Peace. At my house, motherfucker.
Yeah. Silent Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk, Modelo, cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark.